Must be the whiskey. I've been drinking to remember and drinking to forget. I got I love you on my mind. I got Jim Beam on my breath, and loneliness has got the rest. I've got nothing left within me. It must be the whiskey.
Hi, we are back in black. At this point, we're pretty much balls deep in the new year, I guess, by the time this comes out. Episode 89, me, Fred, with the usual suspects, Dan and Paul. And we are real people with real lives.
This is not the Godcast.
We're not studio fabrications.
Yeah, so if you hear like screaming in the background or like me eating chicken, that's just us being real, yo.
So we got going on.
Yeah,
me
coffee too.
Also, me and Fred are both sick this episode.
Yeah, sick boys.
Yeah, well, I'm always sick, so I mean that's nothing new. Kid in daycare, man.
You're always sick from your daughter who's at daycare all the time, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, she comes home with a sickness, has it for like 3 days, and then
Fred gets
I have
down
it
with
for
it.
like 2 weeks.
Fred gets jiggly with it.
With a virus?
Yeah, get jiggy with it.
It's unfortunate. But you
I
got
got sick from
you got
my
chicken
cousin
going on there?
I got a chicken dinner. I got some chicken and rice and corn and some pretty dank barbecue sauce to dip it in. I don't know what kind of sauce this is, but it's like a kind of spicy barbecue sauce. It's really good.
Do you guys have Swiss Chalet in the U.S.?
I don't know what the hell that is.
I'll take that as a no.
Swiss Chalet.
Is that like Swiss
Yeah, it's
Chalet?
It's a barbecue chicken chain here in Canada.
Nah, we don't have that.
No, never heard of it.
I was fairly certain it was Canadian only, but
Damn, you guys
wasn't
get
sure.
like whole chickens.
Yeah, no, we like our chicken.
Yeah, Canada's favorite family restaurant for rotisserie chicken.
Yes. Also, basically the only one. Well, I mean, we have others, but this is like the biggest
You don't-
chain that has like full like table service.
You don't
Most
have
of the
like
ones
you don't have a Canes or a Churches.
We have churches, but they're not like table service, right?
Nah, they're just like here's your slop
Yeah. pretty
Here's your
much.
slop.
in a box.
No, this is like the only like table. Like in Quebec, there's the St. Hubert, but I think they might be owned by the same company, anyways. So
How about
Mhm.
Harvey's?
I mean, we have Harvey's, but that's not table service either, right?
I don't know. I'm just looking at It says people also looked up Harvey's.
Why?
I don't know. Fast food operates in Canada. So
Some low standards for that search.
yeah. Looks
So how was your
people are
guys'
complicated about it.
Christmas? Because that hadn't happened yet last time we recorded.
Yeah, we're the listeners are into the new year, but we aren't yet. We're like 2 days before the new year.
Yeah,
right
2 days
now.
out.
So, yeah, I went to Christmas at my my aunt's house, my mom's side of the family, and my cousin has all his kids, so my second cousins, and one of the kids, as always, he's fucking sick, and I said something, I'm like, you're sick? I'm like, scoot over, get away from me, and my cousin's like, oh, don't be such a baby, dude, and of course I get sick, and this guy's such an idiot, he's like, well, these dumb parents, they take their kids to soccer practice or whatever practice, and they bring their sick kids, and then our kids get sick. It's like, well, dumbass, you did the same thing. You brought them to Christmas, fucking moron.
What a fail.
Yeah, and then I forget. Oh yeah, and a rule my aunt wanted at Christmas. She's like, no dogs, no dogs. Okay, so no dogs, but sick kids, yes.
Okay, no Dean. Healthy boy Dean.
Yeah, no
Couldn't bring
dogs,
'em.
but sick children. Very good.
Sick children, looking at
What?
children.
What's wrong with Dog?
Yeah,
That's not
why
fair.
did that sound familiar? Was that from fucking Angry Boys?
That's that's Hot Children.
Hot Children. I think I remember that. Yeah, I think we've talked about Angry Boys before on the show. The Australian, like, it's not really. I don't. Would you call it a sitcom? It's kind of weird. It's filmed in the way
It's like
that
a
The Office is
mockumentary.
filmed. Yeah, like a mockumentary kind of thing. It's one guy, Chris Lilly, playing a bunch of characters.
Yeah, I think we
He
talked
plays
about
like
it
a
with
Japanese
Austin.
mom, and yeah, he plays a Japanese mom, and he plays like some black rapper. And we were
Gran.
watching this like, and yeah, I'm an old lady, and we were watching this music video from some '70s group called, I think they were called Sniffin' the Tears or something. They had a popular song. It's called Driver's Seat. And the bass player, it shows him for a second. I'm like, dude, doesn't that look like S. Dot Mouse? And it did. It looked
Yeah.
exactly like him. It looked like Chris Lilly in blackface.
Yeah, that's funny.
I got a nice Keurig coffee maker for Christmas with the ones with the fucking pods that you just gotta press a button and coffee's ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty great gift.
Are you you're a big coffee drinker?
Yeah, I like coffee. I'm a Reddit coffee soy jack head.
I've never had a cup of coffee in my life.
Are you
Huh?
serious?
Yeah,
Are
I
you energy
can't
drinks?
stand. I can't stand the taste. No, no energy drinks.
Hmm.
How do you get your energy?
What are your yeah? That question first, and I'll piggyback.
Breakfast, I guess.
Just the
food
breakfast of champs?
food is fuel.
Yeah, I mean, like I've never drank coffee. Like I have caffeinated tea, but I mean that's not nearly as much caffeine as a coffee or an energy drink.
Yeah.
But
So you're just a soda head. Oh my god. Dude, I don't know what this is. I'm watching this, I'm watching TV. There's a commercial of this fucking, like, army guys. And the general, it's fucking Frazier. Old Frazier is the general. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's called Murder Company. I guess it's a new show coming up. Frazier's like some army general.
Oh no,
He looks badass.
I couldn't handle when he was Beast from X-Men.
But he was
now
Beast from
there's this.
X-Men, right? Yeah, there's a new show coming. Sorry, I had to interrupt. I forget what we were talking about. I think we were talking about Fred. What are you, a soda drinker? Is that where you get all your caffeine?
no, I don't drink much soda either. I don't
Man,
really.
what do you drink?
I don't intake caffeine much, if at all. On any given day, I probably don't have any caffeine.
You guys got caffeine in your syrup, or
Right?
Nope. Nope. Like my wife drinks a lot of coffee. I don't. No caffeine on a daily basis.
so it's just kind of in the air. And you just
Just inhale it. Yeah. It's in the air in Canada.
and
We
then
have
my
caffeinated air.
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick. Why New Brunswick?
I don't know. Just popped into my head.
Well, that is certainly a part of Canada.
Right. It's a Canadian province or something. I don't know what it is. It's an
Yep.
area.
Province.
Mm.
Provinces
Alright.
are just Canadian states.
Oh, I see. Ah, I see. See, Vince, I know stuff about Canada without reading about it. It just comes from my own head.
Yeah,
Or
that's
from your
I
actually
watched-
pod mate.
that's actually a platonic thought. You know everything, and then you just kind of get it unveiled.
Action.
Paul, did you read The Diary of Anne Frank?
Yeah,
Was it really good?
I mean, I read it.
Did it make you cry, brother?
I read it like in high school or something.
Oh, it did make you cry?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm calling the police.
Made me sob.
You said it made me laugh. Oh, then I'll really call the police.
Made me mad.
Made me mad. Made you mad like a redditor.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's mad.
Oh yeah.
It's like the soy jack. Did I show you the one where he's like ripping that other guy's head apart?
I don't know.
See if I can
I don't know
show
if I
that.
saw that.
So,
You know what I saw a couple days ago? A picture of Carrie King from Slayer smiling.
At McDonald's?
Yeah, because he got
Yeah.
number one album of the year from like some
No, it
magazine.
looked like he was smiling because he got a Big Mac, but like I
Yeah, I saw
didn't
the
know
picture of him at McDonald's.
I didn't know he could smile.
There, I sent the picture.
Let me see. A soy jack ripping another soy jack apart. Let me see. No, I didn't see that. That's scary. I don't like that kind of soy jack on soy jack violence.
The thumbnail for this episode. Why is the font Arabic?
I don't know. I liked it. You know, gotta have new fonts. I don't think we had the Arabic like jihadi font yet. So
No,
that,
you
that
look
goes
at it
well
and
with
you're like,
Vince and the Applejacks characters.
you look at it and you're like, I can't read this, and then you look at it for a few more seconds, you're like, actually, no, I can read this.
No, you can read it.
Bunsen Chabanech.
What's in the Yeah, if anybody's wondering who that is, that's Vince. That's the guy in the group chat who won't leave me alone. He keeps pestering me.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I try to ignore him, but he won't stop.
Yeah.
And it's random stuff. He'll say things like, Dan doesn't get Christmas. Dan gets high. Dan's always high. What the hell? He just said so. I want Dan to read. Dan doesn't understand the complexities of like some radio station or something. On Christmas Eve, I'd sent a few back. I'm like, Vince getting raped by Krampus. Everybody liked that. And then nobody liked this one. It was a little too extreme. I said Vince sucking cock to completion. That was too extreme. Nobody liked that one.
I didn't like that one.
Like, everyone's like, oh, you freak.
But
You
yeah,
see Dan pulling on his collar. Gulp.
yeah, Vince, watch out. You might lose a couple teeth next time you see Dan.
Yeah, you might look like you're the thumbnail picture. That is going to be really you. I'm going to confront you next time I see you. And we have a show this Friday, and Paul assumes that Vince isn't going to go.
Yeah, hopefully
You
I'll
think
be
you won't
proven
go?
wrong. My bets, no.
Oh, that's this coming Friday? I thought it was last Friday.
Nah.
No. It's happening this Friday.
Oh.
Probably would have to cancel the episode for the world tour if it happened last Friday.
True.
World tour, just LA and Japan.
That's all you need.
We got to stop in Canada at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I would hope so.
Gotta meet
Yeah.
Fred before I die.
Yeah, me
At
too.
least play
Got to
my
hook up with
basement.
Fred. Got to meet up with the Into Oblivions. See what's
Oh,
up
that's
there.
like way across.
Oh, is it? I thought they were in the same area. I thought they were in...
I don't think so.
I think
Right.
they are, no?
Aren't they on the West Coast?
They're in the same area. Right, Fred?
Which ones?
Into Oblivion.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about someone else.
Oh, well,
I was
think
thinking about the
who else
dungeon.
I'm talking about.
Unless they've,
what? Oh, Dungeon Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
on the
he's
other
on
side
the,
of the... He's on the other side of the land!
West Coast.
My other little cousin, the girl, I think she's like 5 or 6 or something. And my aunt got her. You've probably seen these. It's like a microphone that echoes your voice really loud. It goes all over the fucking place.
Oh God.
That kid's like yelling to. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got her one of those, and she's going up to her baby brother. He's like 1. He's kind of barely walking around, and she puts the mic on his head and she starts screaming. And the dad's like, "Whoa, not in his ears!"
Hey, woo, hey.
She kept doing that. It was kind of funny.
It's like, ooh, calm down.
Poor baby.
But yeah, we got that Galicia show, full band lineup, opening up for blues band and a stoner sludge band, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
It's an eclectic mix.
Yeah, our the guy who recorded, or no, mixed and mastered Precipice and recorded a bunch of other of our projects was like, oh, any bands available next Friday or this Friday or Friday?
All jokingly, he's kind of like us.
He's like, I'll send a logo, and I was like, okay. And no, first of all, I was like, we're available, and he's like, cool. And I was like, all right, we can play. And then he just like puts the metal horns on it, and then he's like, I'll get back to you. And then he I send him the email of the logo, And then after that, he's like, didn't say anything. And the next day, there's just a flyer out. We're like, all right, we're on, I guess.
Like, oh, it's official.
It's happening.
Need more direct people. And then I asked for I was like, oh, do we have to bring anything? Or was there gonna be like backline stuff? And then he just gave me the metal horns. And Raph said he just get
Ride the tiger.
yeah, the Dio.
Ride the tiger. Now I'm officially in the most, like, the laziest position I've ever been in.
You all
for this
reclined.
show. I'm laying all the way back in my reclining chair with a blankie.
Yeah, you
I'm all
deserve
the way
it.
reclined. I'm basically
Ooh.
laying down.
Nice.
You deserve it. You're a sick boy.
Yeah, don't forget. I'm slightly sick. I'm kind of getting over it.
The cozy cast where the casters get cozy.
Yeah, just chilling. I think after this podcast, I saw that Sam Hyde tweeted something about Elon Musk. It says, "Dear Elon Musk." It's like a 46-minute video. I'm gonna have to watch that. I wonder what that's about. Because I think people aren't happy with Elon right now. I won't get into why, because this isn't a political podcast, right?
Cozy cast.
Yeah. But watch Sam Hyde's video. He's still around. You know, if you think he fell off, he's still around and he's still doing okay. I mean, what else are you gonna watch if you're not watching Sam Hyde?
Young Dexter.
I'm watching. Yeah, I have Young Dexter on in the background. My dad's like, I think my new favorite show, Young Sheldon. He's really loving Young Sheldon.
Oh, is he?
Oh yeah.
With all the heartfelt moments.
He loves it. He loves that show. He's sitting there with Dean right now in the living room.
A new favorite show.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, so on my Dragon Ball shit. I'm just about done with it. I'm like season 9, almost at the end. So I think I'm gonna finish that season, watch the fucking Sam Hyde shit, and then take some NyQuil, and then like totally pass out.
Wake up in the new year. Wake up next year.
No, in 2 days. Yeah, I got another day to skip until we have practice. I just want to wake up when I'm well. It's like in Click. He's like, just skip my sickness.
Good movie, actually.
Click? Yeah. Honestly, man, I feel like people who hate Adam Sandler movies are really trying too hard to be something. And even if they're not trying too hard, you don't like that shit. It's like, seriously? Grow a brain?
I think Fred was talking about that last time. He didn't like it.
I don't.
Really?
You telling me to grow a brain, bro?
Well, if the brain fits the shoe.
Of course not, Metal Lord.
Oh.
I mean, Metal Lord, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Metal Lord. No, my mistake.
We must grow with our brains to your girth.
Girth of brainage.
Us smooth brains don't know what we're talking about.
Smooth brains. Please, sir, can I have some more?
But yeah, I just find Adam Sandler generally annoying.
Who do you find not
Same with Will
annoying?
Ferrell. Will Ferrell's annoying.
Yeah, Will Ferrell is annoying.
And Seth
Will
Rogen,
Ferrell's
actually.
Seth Rogen sucks big time. I think growing up is realizing that Seth Rogen just straight up sucks. Will Ferrell, dude, I've been seeing these fucking like SNL clips of Will Ferrell. They're doing this like dating game, and there's some girl named Dunice who has like tiny hands and a big forehead. Have you ever seen that? You know what that is?
No, that's funny. No, just kidding.
No, it's really not funny. It's like one of the most unfunny things I've ever seen, and people are in the comments like, "Oh, I miss when SNL was funny." It's like, what the fuck?
Was that
This
ever
isn't
funny?
Not really. To be honest, no. It was kind of never funny.
Yeah.
Even with the old names, Chevy Chase, John Belushi, and then what was the second generation of that? Like,
That's
yeah,
like,
Adam Sandler, David Spade, Chris Farley and stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah, most that stuff really isn't funny. I'm afraid to let everyone know it's not funny.
Dan
Mad
Hills,
TV was Mad TV was better than SNL. There you go.
all that was funnier.
All that probably was funnier. I remember there was a skit on there. It was like a Harry Potter spoof. It was that kid with the glasses. His name was Harry Bladder. That's kind of funny, I guess. Is that not funny?
I was entertained.
Yeah, I was entertained. Drake, like anything's better than SNL. Like Saturday Night Live is kind of painful.
Yeah.
It's crazy. There's like the only improv stuff that I've seen that kind of works or that does work is like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Besides that, I think any improv is just that, like improv class, and like I feel like the only people that would laugh at that are like Disney adults, or somebody that like keeps up with new movies. That's what was kind of crazy to me. Everyone's out seeing the new Nosferatu. I'm just like, really, you care?
Yeah, it was good.
I want to see that.
I should have figured. No, I was kidding.
What was I gonna say? Oh, Whose Line Is It Anyway is pretty good though.
Yeah.
For improvish.
I can't imagine that it's any worse than SNL. SNL's pretty.
Well, it's more of it's a game show that the points really don't matter.
Yeah. That's cool.
Mm.
Fred, you're a fan of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Monty Python just blows all the skit shows out the water.
Pretty much.
Dude, you know what I've been watching recently, or like I watched a little while ago that was actually pretty funny. You ever seen The Whitest Kids You Know?
I heard about it. Yeah.
With that skinny guy, Trevor something or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty funny. I think that's like mid 2000s sketch comedy. And there's like, I think one of the most popular ones was, it was like Abraham Lincoln before, like during his assassination or something. They're at like a play, or that's what it is, right? He got assassinated during a play or something like that.
Yeah, like a show.
Yeah, there's like somebody in the audience that's like, oh, he won't stop talking, and the president's like, what? Oh, he's kind of doing like this like ghetto fucking. He's like, oh, now you fucked up. And he keeps like repeating that shit. It's pretty good. I would recommend Whitest Kids You Know. At least an episode or two. I think you'll get into it for a minute. Mr. Show was pretty good too, but that one's kind of. I think that one works because it's so weird. The one with Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah. I remember watching that, and then it was like they were doing stand-up, and then they were like also in the crowd. And then, I think it might have been one of the like first episodes.
You know what's weird is that Mr. Show is kind of like, it's kind of like the Amanda Show, where everything was or like all that in the Amanda Show, because they do the sketches and then they'd come out and like say stuff.
Yeah.
But the entire thing was like scripted, even the audience. So that makes it like extra weird.
Yeah.
That Mr. Show was, I think, the original one to do that kind of idea, where the whole thing is like this scripted, weird, like comedy that most people would be like, well, this isn't funny. Or
Yeah.
not that it isn't funny, but like it's you have to be a brain lord to appreciate it a little bit.
Yeah, Brain Lord.
Vince would get it.
Brain lord. So yeah, try Whitest Kids You Know. Try Mr. Show. See what you think. I'm talking to you guys and the listeners out there.
Yeah.
All right. I'm rubbing my eyes. Somebody get us on.
Yeah, Fred, what was your Christmas?
Oh,
I
yeah,
had a Christmas miracle this morning. The package that a guy in Canada sent me on October 19th arrived today.
Off that strike, huh?
It arrived today.
Well, the thing is, that was long before the strike. The same guy sent me a package in early November. I got it a week later. So I was getting ready to assume it had been lost, which sucked because I spent a bit of money on it. But here it is.
Yeah, no jewel cases. Is it scritchy scratchy?
No, they're in perfect
Sleeves?
shape. Yeah, they're in. They came in sleeves, so.
Thank God.
But we got all original pressings. Horror of Horrors, Sounds of Eerie. Charnel Deity by Impaler. Psychostasia from Ajamelech. And For We Who Are Consumed by the Darkness by Sarcophagus.
And
Pretty,
Necrolatry.
Psychostasia?
yeah, Necrolatry was a separate package. Because I ordered that
Oh, when we
the
covered it?
same day that Austin was on, right?
Yeah.
I ordered that before the episode was over.
I wonder if Job got his euthanasia CD yet.
Oh, I hope so. I don't have that one yet. I need to get on that.
Yeah, some of the tracks from like the later shit is more like it's kind of weird. It's almost like Nine Inch Nails sounding stuff.
That could be good.
Yeah, it's kind of good. It's a little bit more simplistic than their earliest shit, but it's cool.
This might be a hot take, but my favorite Nine Inch Nails is Pretty Hate Machine.
No, that's a great one.
It's so dancey. I love it.
Which
Yeah.
What's it called? Because I've never really listened to Nine Inch
That's like the
Nails.
first album.
Yeah, Pretty Hate Machine.
Yeah, that's a great album.
Let's-
Yeah. I had like a whole
alright.
an obvious classic, but what's the name? Down in It. I really like Down in It too. Was it a single too? I don't know.
Yeah, Down in It's a great song.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
I'll add this to the list because never really heard
Oh, yeah.
Nine Inch Nails stuff.
Yeah, this whole fucking
But I'm willing.
Sanctified, yeah, Head in a Hole, Terrible Lie. Those are all good songs.
Oh, Terrible Eye is great. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
for the most
second
part,
place
I
for Nine
haven't
Inch Nails is probably shit. What's it called? The Fragile.
Yeah, that one's good too. I like them pretty much all the way through to With Teeth.
With Teeth was a good album too.
Yeah.
What was the main track on that one? Or the lead single? I just remember it sounded like disco.
Hand That Feeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
That's
great
like
song.
total disco.
Yeah, I saw them. Maybe about 10 years ago. They're great. And then I saw them within the last like 2 years, and that second show I was just so much closer, and yeah, they're just playing like every like banger, and it was just like such a great show. Like they put on such a good performance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a really really great show.
I think the song that really got me on The Fragile was Into the Void. I really like that song.
Yeah. Yeah, and then of
Weird
course
introduction.
the hit album too, Downward Spiral. That one's awesome all the way through.
Yeah, I like that one, but it's never been my go-to for Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
A lot of people it seems to be, but for me it's Pretty Hate Machine and Fragile.
Yeah, I think I like Pretty Hate Machine and probably With Teeth the most. It's like all the opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
No, but that shit's good. If you check it out, Dan, see if you like it.
Yeah, I'll check out some Nine Inch Nails. It's new to me, so.
How about Ministry? How do you feel about Ministry?
I don't really know much about Ministry. I remember hearing like a couple of their old tracks. I barely remember what it sounds like. And then maybe about 10 years ago, they put out a song called Antifa. And it was just kind of a lame
Cringe.
song.
I fuck with
I
it.
don't. Yeah, I
Just
don't
kidding.
really remember what they sound like.
The album Twitch is really good. The first one.
Okay, yeah, I'll check that out.
That's not the first one.
Is it not?
No, the first album's With Sympathy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's the pop album.
All right, we'll cut that out.
With Sympathy is the pop album.
Yep.
Check out
Yeah.
Twitch though.
I'll check them out. I'll check them both out. I like this album art, 1983 with Sympathy.
I actually really like with Sympathy. It's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
the album art and the way you described it, it's pop out. I don't know that this looks like I'm going to enjoy it. So
The best
yeah,
are the band photos from that era where they're just like very clean cut, good boys.
yeah.
But
You know,
yeah, no, it's got like a poppy Joy Division kind of approach to it. It's a lot of fun.
okay.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm interested in like stuff that's not 100% goth rock or like dark wave stuff, like shit that's kind of like on the cusp of it's like still got its dark elements to it, but it's basically just like synth pop. I think that's mostly what I'm interested in, like when
Hmm.
it comes to 80s stuff right now. So all this is like perfect for me, pretty much. Oh, you know who's really good too? They're more on the like dark wave side, but I don't know if you guys have heard of a band called the Frozen Autumn. I think they were called. That shit's pretty good.
I don't think so.
Yeah, check out
Sounds like
Fro.
a melodic death metal band.
It does. But let's see, Cheerlity is a good album. I don't know any of this stuff. I remember they had a demo that was good, but I'm sure a lot of the stuff is pretty cool. They look like what you would expect. I think they were from the '90s, but yeah, Frozen Autumn was pretty cool.
Huh.
I think I want to get back into that '80s talk, or like some of this '80s talk a little bit later. I just let me make a note here. All right.
So for 80s, anyone into Kim Wilde?
What was that popular song she had?
Uh,
Was it "Kids in America"? Was that her? Yeah.
yeah, I think that was like her breakout hit, but the hits that I really like from her are "You Keep Me Hanging On" and "Can't Get Enough Your Love." So
I
good.
think. Yeah, you used one of those in as a fucking intro.
Hey, the birds are back.
Oh,
I've
"You Keep
got
Me Hanging On" is a cover of that song, isn't it?
I've got
What
with
is it like?
Sympathy playing right now. It's so good.
Yeah, "You Keep Me Hanging On" is I think it's a Supremes cover.
It is, yes.
Yeah, there was a bunch of bands that did that. I know Vanilla Fudge, that like psych rock band, did that too.
But it's a really good cover.
Interesting, interesting.
Kind of
I
on
haven't been.
the same wavelength, a little dark, but not so gothic.
Uh-huh.
More electronic music. Underworld.
Underworld is good. Yeah, well,
Underworld.
that's some of my favorite stuff too. The electronic
Yeah,
of like all
Did they
eras.
do
that.
did they do Born Slippy?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah. That was cool.
The album though, Dub No Bass with My Head Man.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Great album, all the way through. And then Burial too. That's some good electronic shit. The album Untrue. Yeah, he like mixes his shit with just looking at the wave files, and he like makes beats and shit like that. Just looking at the pulses, and you can like kind of see because his rhythms are like you haven't heard anything like it.
Hmm.
Paul, do you
I
ever remember we? Go ahead, Fred.
No, I was gonna say I don't know if these guys count as industrial because my knowledge of how to identify industrial bands is very rudimentary. But do you guys know a Mexican band called Hocico?
No,
No.
I
try to stay away
don't
from
know if I've
down
ever
there.
brought them up before, but they are awesome. They are so. It's almost like the vocals are almost harsh vocals. They're distorted, but they sound like they could be black metal vocals, slightly more industrialized. But the music is just like electronic, industrial kind of skinny puppy sort of deal, but like super aggressive.
Hmm.
and like some of their albums, like I'm gonna butcher this because I can't speak Spanish, but Signos de Aberración, Sangre Hirviente, uh, Memorias Atras. They're fucking great. There's so many songs on those.
You said that like a Frenchman.
Which one?
The first one.
All
You're
of
like,
them.
Nation.
Because I am a Frenchman. Come on. It all comes together.
Oh, you know what? You know what's perfect in that like kind of dark but still pop 80s stuff. I don't know if you remember me talking about this band Paul Wire Train. Remember that? They had that song, "The Chamber of Hellos."
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's popular. You guys probably heard it before. But yeah, everyone. If you haven't heard "Chamber of Hellos" by Wire Train, check that out. That's really good. Kind of dark-ish synth pop from the 80s. Oh, you know what's another great example of that? Fucking Nowhere Girl, B movie. Remember that song?
No.
Nowhere Girl. You remember Nowhere Girl?
I guess not. No.
Oh, it was a good song. I think besides that, I've been listening to Oingo Boingo's single "We Close Our Eyes" over and over and over again. It's just a good song.
Oingo Boingo.
That's a great song.
Well, here I am looking for copies of With Sympathy.
Never
Oh,
ends.
you know what's another really good dark 80s synth pop one? Peter Godwin, "Images of Heaven." That's a really good one.
Nope, don't know that one.
Check it out. Put it on the list. "Images of Heaven." See it. Peter Godwin. It's got like some chick on the cover.
I have been revisiting Fields of the Nephilim quite a bit lately.
Ah. Weirdly enough, I have too.
Not so strange.
Dawnraiser
I
is
haven't.
like total Sisters of Mercy, The Cure kind of mixed worship, but it
Mm-hmm.
works well. But what's that? The second album, just the Nephilim, the brown cover. That album's just incredible.
I'll have to scope that out again. But what were you gonna say, Paul?
No, I always said, normally enough, I haven't.
Ah, I see. Have you guys ever listened to the first Depeche Mode album?
Which one's that? I don't know
what
the
it's
chronology
called.
very well.
It has the song "New Life." I know that.
I need to see the cover. I don't know which albums came out which.
It's called "Speak and Spell," and it's got an interesting cover of like a plastic swan wrapped in plastic with like foil all over the room. Looks interesting.
I can picture the one you're talking about. I couldn't tell you if I've ever heard that before. I feel like I've probably heard singles from it.
Yeah,
But like my knowledge of Depeche Mode's discography is really spotty. Like I know tracks
that's
here and there,
really
but I don't know
that's
what
really
albums are
good
from.
synth pop shit. I like that.
No, I
I
need
think
to dig into Depeche Mode a lot more. I feel like I'd like them a lot.
Yeah, well, check out this album. I think you dig it. I think anybody will dig it.
Their
We were
big one was
talking.
Violator, right?
I think so. Honestly, I mostly know Depeche Mode of like singles. I'm not a huge Depeche head.
Yeah, the same. Like
I'm a
I know
Depeche Mode
individual
normie.
tracks and I know I like them, but I don't know what
Yeah.
albums they're from.
Yeah. We were talking with when we were talking with Jub the last time. We were talking about like some of the synth-driven krautrock stuff. There was a band that's pretty good. They were called Birdie. I don't know how easy it would be to find Birdie. Birdie krautrock.
Found him.
Did you?
No.
I always have a hard time finding them. Oh, here they have the album is called "On the Move," 1980. I remember that being pretty good. I think this is all instrumental. I don't think there's any vocals in this, but it's cool. Synth stuff if you're into that.
feel like I don't have enough instrumental albums.
Yeah. You know, it was really good too, Paul. That I remember you showed me, but it came up. I saw something on Instagram about it. Remember Royksop?
Oh yeah, yeah.
They had that song that was in the Geico commercial with the caveman.
Mm-hmm.
That song. And everywhere I go, there's always something to remind me. It's a good song. That's a good album. Yeah, in the Geico commercial, they have the caveman like on one of those like not escalator things, but those things at the airport that move you forward.
Yeah.
And he sees a sign. It says, "So easy a caveman could do it." And he's just like looking around, just like shaking his head.
Rude.
Yeah, that was the classic. Oh my god. Somebody replied to a comment I made on YouTube here from a band. What is this band called? Order of the Rising Sun. Have you guys seen this?
Hmm.
It looks like some kind of Japanese patriotic black metal band. Somebody said Bing Bong black metal, and then somebody else says your comment reminded me of Big Bang black metal by Ashpool, and then I said your comment reminded me of Big Bang Theory starring Dr. Sheldon Cooper, and then he says I feckin' knew somebody's gonna comment that BBT. I should have put it first. Okay. I knew someone would comment that.
It seems aggressive.
Yes. Our power. It seems our power level went up too since we had Jub on. We were complaining that we didn't even have. We were at like 399 subscribers. We're now at 426.
Yeah, the Jubby bump.
Yeah, so
Thanks.
our power went up to 9,000. Dragon Ball Z joke.
Thanks, Jubby.
Yeah, thanks, Jubulon.
I like that in the Jub episode, someone commented that they're digging the Access to Advanced conversation. It's rare for me to hear one that I'm not part of. It's like every episode with us.
It kind of is. We bring them up quite often. And it's happening right now, to be quite honest. Yeah, but I haven't really.
If not Access, then Sacramentary. One of them's gonna come up.
Yeah. I haven't really been listening to much music this past week. A little bit here and there, but I've mostly just been like sitting around watching TV. Dragon Ball Z, to be exact. I've just been like binging.
No.
You know, I've said before that like sometimes I can't concentrate and I can't watch movies or TV. I'm like always stuck on the phone lately. I haven't even been able to pick up the phone.
There you go.
It's just become the opposite. I'm so entranced.
You good, man? Not listening to music?
You know, a little bit of music. On the car rides, I've been listening to some stuff. Mostly stuff related to Fred's pick, actually.
Yeah, me too, Fred.
Yes.
Sent me around the world.
Besides that, I'm not even sure. Let me see. The flip have I been listening to? This is all recent stuff. Oh, you know what else Jub inspired me to do too? He mentioned that he would get high and learn destruction riffs, and that kind of made me want to go back and like learn a destruction song. My favorite one, Bestial Invasion. I know that's everybody's favorite, but it's actually kind of tricky learning that shit. But it's worth it. I feel like learning a song like that is really cool. And it's like God, some of that shit is kind of a little bit ahead of its time. It's like too extreme. It's like, how do you come up with such badass riffs? I remember Fenriz was talking about like listening to thrash, and he's like, I've been listening to a little bit boring thrash, not stuff that's cool. Like
Oh yeah, with
cool
the
riffs
good
like
vocals.
this. Yeah, he's like boring thrash, good vocals. He's listening to Detente.
Oh yeah,
The one with the chick singer.
the big sunglasses.
Yeah, Don Crosby. I have that CD, the Detente one.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was because of Fenriz. I think it might have been before that. I think I stumbled across like just a bunch of thrash bands that.
Yeah, I
were,
remember
like,
you had that
girl
CD
singers. Yeah,
when I first met you.
there was another girl thrash band that I've never really heard anybody talk about. They were called Carrie. That was pretty decent. I remember. Check out Carrie now.
Okay, they're awesome.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else I listened to? Fred probably knows this one. Fred, do you remember Hypnosia from Sweden?
Yes.
Extreme Hatred.
Yep.
Yeah, that might have been one of the earliest like thrash throwbacks too. That was from 2000. It's pretty cool. It's like it's kind of death thrash, I guess. It's got some weird riffs in it, man. It's all just extreme shit. I think you'd probably like that too, Paul. Hypnosia. It's a little bit more extreme than that atomizer that Joe was showing us.
Hmm.
Atomizer has some cool shit though.
Yeah, yeah, they pretty cool.
I think they folded because one of the members died, didn't they?
Atomizer? Oh shit, I don't know.
Rip.
I think it was the drummer
Um,
that passed away.
I don't remember if I brought this up on the show either, but there's a song that I've been listening to nonstop along with that Oingo Boingo song. It's by the Kinks. It's called "Dedicated Follower of Fashion." You guys familiar with the Kinks? I know Vince is.
Hmm.
It's a pretty cool song about like some kind of European dandy who's following all the latest fashion trends. It's a lot of fun. I think I think that's like pretty much it. I'm looking through my history here. One of the last things I went through, besides that, was that band that Fred showed us, fucking Ozian.
Hmm.
Oh, you know what I tried to listen to? I can't really get into it. You know the cold meat industry stuff? Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
It's like, how would you even describe that? Like dark ambient music, but that's kind of not really metal at all. Or
Yeah, they
has like it
didn't.
has nothing to do with metal.
No, like they had the early Mortis album, so they had some dungeon synth, but then you had bands like Mental Destruction and Brighter Death Now that are more like
Like kind of
uh,
noise.
noise or I don't know, industrial noise. I don't. I wouldn't know how to describe them, but
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Yeah, you know what that stuff is, Paul? The cold meat industry label.
Hmm.
I think that might be something you'd be interested in. It's like it's an interesting kind of industrial dark ambient.
Hmm.
So check that out. See what you think of that.
there's a really cool album on there by a band called Morthond. Uh, this Crying Age, I think it's called. Really hypnotic, weird, creepy. Raison d'être is another creepy band on there.
Creepy
That
band.
a few albums on there, but Prospectus Eye is the one that I really like. It's
Uh,
Okay, I
spooky.
think I remember you showing me Blood Access.
oh, Blood Axis
Oh
is
yeah,
on
they were
there.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like Marshall and Dust. They're like how would you are there other bands like that? I think there are because it's kind of like fucking Death in June,
It's
but
like it's like neo folk.
yeah, it's like kind of neo folk, but at the same time, it's like moving away from that to be this like industrial ambient noise thing. It's interesting. Yeah, I forgot about Blood Axis.
Hmm.
Yeah, I suppose I'm interested in music like this. More well, stuff that isn't metal, or regular rock and roll. I think it's time to become a hipster and branch out.
Yeah, I got the album for you then. By Capital Punishment, the song or the album Roadkill. It's Ben Stiller
Uh,
on drums, doing some
oh, I
like
remember that.
doing some like um, post punk shit.
I've heard this before, but it's been so long. I do remember the Ben Stiller kind of weird punk band.
Yeah,
I do remember that. That is weird.
yeah, this one it's pretty good actually.
That
Yeah, they're
reminds me
from
of
like
Neil,
they're
Neil
really early.
Hamburger's band, Faxed Head.
Yeah,
I remember that being kind of weird too.
yeah, they were really early from like 70s.
Really? Really?
Yeah, like late 70s.
These Nikes.
Yeah, I was listening to that this week. Besides everything else that we're gonna get into.
I had
I'm
the Taco Bell
interested.
chicken nuggets. They were nasty.
I didn't know they had chicken nuggets. I don't think I wanted to know they had chicken nuggets.
It's weird. I figure I feel like I've had nuggets like this before, like chicken tenders, where like the breading is too thick and it like doesn't cook well enough. So like the bottom side where the chicken is, it's like kind of soggy.
Oh yeah, that's gross.
Oh, it's gross. I think my dog is scratching at the door.
What was it called? After we watched Nosferatu, Marco and I went to Taco Bell, and he tried those nuggets, and it seemed like it was like the first batch they ever got, and they forgot about
no,
it.
It's not, Dean. Come on in.
Nope, I'll wait for Dan. But yeah, you back?
Yeah, it's not Dean. It's the neighbor's dog
Oh.
at my door in my house.
Yeah, no dogs allowed like the Christmas party.
Come here, Lana.
But
Get up here.
yeah, so Marco and I went to Taco Bell after seeing Nosferatu, and he wanted to try
The nugs.
nugs, and
Come here.
yeah, he.
Get up here.
It seemed like they got like the first shipping of their nuggets, and they forgot them in the walk-in, and they just like let them sit there, and then they just left in the fryer, and then you know, he ordered, and they just scooped them there from like a week ago because they were like black and burnt and fucking disgusting,
nice.
like, and he couldn't even finish them all. He only took like 2 bites of like one, and
Yeah, I don't know if they're all like that. I got a batch, like, I think I ate all but one of them. They were edible. I said they were all right, and by all right, I meant like basically edible.
yeah. And then the next day, Julian's like, "Oh, let me try them." So he did. He's like, "No, they're actually pretty fucking good." And he did like a review. I think he said like 6 out of 10. He's like, "Oh, why would you go to Taco Bell for nuggets? But they're good." And then I was like, "Oh, what's the updated review?" He's like, "Bro, next day I woke up so nauseous," and I was like, like just
Yeah,
like
I didn't-
shit
I
all
didn't
bad.
That bad, huh?
No, I didn't get sick from the nuggets.
Yeah, well, he's a sensitive boy.
Stomach of steel.
How was Nosferatu?
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I gave it a like 7-8.
All right. Because
I've been hearing everybody didn't like it.
Mm.
the first
That's a response
the
to
original
that.
from the 20s and the 70s
79.
remake are 2 of my favorite movies, so I'm excited to see how they did it this time.
Yeah, I think just the
Alright,
video
Lon, have
videography
Ow.
is very
Ow,
good.
yeah,
Like there wasn't a
yeah,
still
okay,
moment.
come on.
It wasn't like
Go get it.
it wasn't bordering like the art house kind of thing. Although it kind of felt like that at points, but it was like every scene was in there purposefully and had a use to it, and it was you know, it was a good entertaining movie all the way through.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah, and they gave him the mustache this time, like the book.
Excellent.
You got a mustache in the book?
Yeah.
I don't know that because I don't read.
And Vince's cue is
I need that. That's something you need to know in life. Nosferatu has a mustache. Very good.
Yeah, very good movie. It was funny because the like main actor in there, I was like, where the fuck have I seen him from? It's the guy from Warm Bodies and Renfield. I was like, he just came out of
cool.
another, came out of another fucking horrible vampire movie and made this one, which was a step in the right direction, I guess.
I like
Warm
that
Bodies
guy.
was great.
Yeah, Warm Bodies is good. I like that.
Yeah.
He was in that movie About a Boy with Hugh Grant. If you've ever seen that,
Mm-mm.
I have
it's
not.
good. That's when he's a kid. He's I don't know, probably like 12 or something. That was a good movie though. I would recommend About a Boy. Decent British film.
Is it about a boy?
About a boy who's like bullied, and then Hugh Grant's like some fucking dude who he's got a bunch of money, but he just like sits around watching TV all the time. and then they're like bros, and then he helps him out of a jam. Pretty good. That's my synopsis. They
Very
become
nice.
bros, helps him out of a jam. I mean, what else do you want from a movie?
I mean, I'm convinced.
More stuff happens, but you'll have
What
to
else do you want
watch on your own.
What else do you want in life?
Yeah, pretty much.
You need your boys to get you out of jam sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. Damien got us out of a jam. The jam of not jamming.
Yeah, and then we're gonna jam on Wednesday,
Yeah.
New Year Day.
Yeah, the New Year's Day. No plans for New Year's. I'll probably just sit around and recover from this sickness, and then I'll be ready to go on Wednesday.
There you go.
Very nice.
Get that sickness out. Leave it in 2024.
Yeah, gotta leave it out of here. Out.
But yeah. Is it that time, boys?
Yeah, let's break, and I think I'm gonna make myself a coffee because I have a Keurig coffee.
You're just gonna let it sit there. You're just gonna make it for the fun of it.
I'll sip on it. I'll make myself a piece of, you know, what would go good with coffee? A piece of cinnamon. What do you call that? Cinnamon raisin bread. We have cinnamon raisin bread. It's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Are you-
I love
Little-
that shit.
Little
you-
butter on that. Boom!
Are you a dipper? Do you dip your stuff in the coffee like a
I
dumbass and stuff?
usually
Oh, please
don't.
no.
I know some maniacs do that, but I don't really do that.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
The
Unless-
only thing you can dip in a coffee that is like straight up made for that is the what do you call it? The biscotti. You ever had a biscotti?
Yeah, I have it without coffee, but should try it next time.
Oh, you're a real maniac. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to dip that in the coffee. What it's made for.
Oh,
Ew.
didn't get the memo.
Yeah, that's you know what?
All right, well, let's go on break so Dan can
Right.
do a little coffee and
Saddle up,
And,
partner.
Paul and I can just
yeah,
Get
not be
something else.
caffeinated. We'll just drink some water.
You guys aren't going on break.
Now we'll be here. Just kidding. All right, 3, 2, 1, break.
3, 2, 1, break.
All right, we're
Yep.
back from break, and I was in the loo.
Yeah, the loo.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Paul had the
Tommy, you know we all know the loo rhymes with poo.
he had the poops.
Remember that song from ABBA, Waterloo? Waterloo. But you wanted to. That's a good song.
Cracking.
Better not be caffeinated.
I'm caffeinated. I'm drinking
Nope.
coffee.
Sparkling water. Deal with it.
I'm gonna
that's
follow
good.
this boomer page on Instagram. It's called the 80s Garage. And it says, "Let's give some love to 80s Diane Franklin," and it's that actress with the big bushy eyebrows. And she's pretty hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She was in a movie with that guy. What's his name? That fat guy that everybody hates. The feet guy. What the hell is his name? Dan Schneider.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was like harassing her in that movie Better Off Dead, where she's the foreign exchange student.
Wasn't really acting then, huh?
I suppose not. Maybe he
Oh.
wasn't.
What's that one girl? Because Julian and Marco always bring up
Elizabeth Shue
the girl that you like that has one eye.
that has one eye.
Yeah.
Oh, Sammy.
Oh, is it her?
Yeah, she had a fucked up
Oh
eye.
yeah. I thought it was
And
like
I-
literally like no eye there, but
No,
yeah,
I
she was just puffed
forget.
up.
I showed her to Julian, and I'm like, "See, there's something appealing about that." He's like, "Bro, I kind of get it." Yeah, like pink eye.
Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, Dad like this girl with one eye, but he was
Yeah.
probably, drinking.
Well, what I was telling them, I said there needs to be, like a bit of there needs to be like something ugly about a woman for her to be beautiful. Like if she's just like straight up perfect, that's not appealing. You need
That's
to
ugly.
kind of You need a defect. I need a defect. I need
Deformity.
something. Yeah, yeah. I remember what I was. I forget what movie it was. It was the girl from I think the Master of the Universe maybe. And I was like, oh, she's ideal. And they're like, look at her teeth. They're all fucked up. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the point. I like, that's the point. What, you want a girl with perfect teeth? What do you like a modeling agency? What's the matter with you?
Machinity.
So you're saying,
I need perfection. Shut up.
so you're saying absolute perfection is boring.
It's no good. It's just no good. What do you do with that? You know? Where do you even
mean-
begin with that? It just doesn't work, I feel.
If you're talking about record collecting, perfect is perfect. It's great.
Well, we already know Fred's perfect. He is the perfect metal lord. He's like a villain. I'm the perfect collector. It's like an anime villain, the perfect metal lord record collector.
Can you imagine? What a great villain that would be.
The collector.
Yeah.
Look out, the metal collector here. Yosh.
Oh, so,
It's like
oh,
it's like Magneto, but just metal CDs.
Yeah. Baka.
I can see a Netflix adaptation of that in the future. Oh, you know what? I got one more of these. We were talking about these electro albums. Dude, this is a good one. This is from Italy. I don't know if anyone will be able to spell this, but the band's name is Baffo Banfi. And the album's called Hearth. Hearth. That's just Earth with an H. If you look up Hearth full album, you'll find it. And you'll see Baffo Banfi. It's good. It's like, I don't remember if it has vocals or not. It's like the Birdie kind of thing. It's prog, like, fucking condensed into electronic music. It's like Italian prog condensed. Check it out, you swine.
What was the band name again?
Rabble.
Baffo, Baffo
Met.
Banfi, Banfi, Baffo Banfi.
Hmm.
This guy has 2 albums. They're both good. Hearth is the more pop-oriented one. The other one's more experimenting with the synthesizer, but I still like it.
I don't know, Vince music.
No, it's good. Okay, the first one's definitely Vince music. The second one, I think, maybe. But you're Paul. You're the one who introduced me to like a lot of this electro stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you probably like it. Maybe. I don't know. I never know what to show you. I'm like, Paul like this. Paul not like.
Yeah, don't
I
show
think
me
there was
nothing.
a pun. Yeah, I won't show. I won't show you nothing. You know what? Bye. Bye. Not doing this anymore.
No pick.
Late.
No pick. Yeah, you know what? You don't get a pick.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Dan, no more picks.
Fuck. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say here. I'm starting to get angry.
We'll keep
There's
going
a
as a
pun.
trio, but the picks will just be me and Paul.
No, yeah. I'll just sit back and go. Oh, yeah, fine. There's a pun in this the first Baffo Banfi album. It's called Oi Cosmos Va, Oi Cosmo Va. Get it? Like the fucking Santana song. Oi Cosmo Va. This is Oi Cosmo Va. Like the cosmos.
Yeah, because they got the
Yeah.
satellite.
Boy, that's funny, my boy. See.
This is getting depressing. Speaking of which, Fred, why are we here?
Great segue. Great segue. Why are we here? Well,
Red
a
pick.
band called Veil from the U.S.
Yeah.
And a little demo called Dolor, which
What is Dolor?
means pain.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's
In
in
what
Latin.
language?
I believe it's Latin,
Ah, okay.
but it has probably other languages, but it is still existing in French, in the word douleur, which means pain. So, there you have it.
In the words of Albert Camus, should I kill myself or just listen to DSBM?
Why not both? Um, yeah, DSBM is
You're in your
a
wheelhouse.
genre I listened to a lot more in the 2000s.
Seems like everyone did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really was a thing with like Zaster and all that stuff.
right.
Some bands
Forgot
pulled it
Zasser
off
was in
well.
that camp.
Yeah, some bands pulled it off well. A lot didn't. These days, DSBM isn't something that I go back to very often. But this one is an exception. I listen to Veil a lot.
You good, man?
The album Somber is really good too. But Dolor is my first love for this band. I mean, they didn't do a ton of stuff anyways, so. But shit, what an amazing demo. It's so depressing, really atmospheric. I I don't know why, but like might be because of the album cover that the CD version has. But I get like weird Victorian vibes off of it.
Yeah, I get a
Probably just
weird
me.
vibe like that too.
Really? All right. So it's not just me. Cool.
Me too.
No, it's got like I don't know. This feels a little bit more straightforward than any DSBM that I've heard. Like it's more, it's closer to like the normal shit, like Dark Throne or something to me.
Really? Okay.
Sort of. Maybe not quite Dark Throne, but shit I'll get into later.
Yeah, it is one of those like very haunting photos you see of like, oh, is that a real person or a ghost for the album art?
Yeah. And like I said, DSBM isn't a band or a style I go into very much these days. Other one I can think of that reminds me a bit of this, but not perfectly. Um, Anti from Germany.
Awesome, awesome band, great
Yeah.
album.
Yeah, that might be pretty close. Because I listened to that one recently too.
The cover of Morning Soul on there is fantastic.
Is that
But
like later in the album? Because I didn't
Yeah,
actually
it's
get
like
to.
the last
I think
song.
it's probably the last track,
Really?
yeah.
Okay, I've been going through Paul. Paul made me or he made a DSBM list. I haven't. I went through some of it, not all of it. I have to check out
Okay.
that song. I remember you bringing that fucking cover up before.
But yeah, back to Veil. This demo is just amazing. The production on just is so thick and piercing. The main tracks on this, so uh, the first track is kind of an intro, kind of not, but kind of. Uh, and the CD version has an extra track at the end as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it does. Endless Night. It's a long ass track, but I don't know. This one just hits in every way for me. Like it's not. It does. I don't tire of this one the same way I did for a lot of other DSBM. And it's not to say that I don't like DSBM anymore. Like when I go back and listen to the ones I used to listen to in the 2000s, I listen to it and I like it, but I don't feel the need to go back to it very often. This one I do. This one just keeps drawing me back to it.
I used to listen to Life Lover a lot in high school, but I haven't heard it since then. I don't even remember what it sounds like really.
I
Erotica
remember
was good.
Life Lover.
You like Life Lover?
Yeah, I had the back patch, remember?
No, I didn't hear Fred.
Um, I don't dislike Life Lover,
Oh,
but never really got into them very much. Um, I got into the other bands that the guy who passed away was involved in. Um, I think it was in OnScap, but the one I remember a lot is Dim Him. That was a great band. Not DSBM.
him.
Dim Him.
No, I don't know what that is.
DIMHYMN, all one word.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
The dim him.
Like, it was a really, like, short existence. Like, I think they were around for a few years, but they didn't actually, like, their releases were really concentrated. They released a demo, and then I think it was the year after they came out with 2 albums,
Yeah.
and then shortly after that a split, and that was it.
What did you
But
like? The first album?
all of it, it's all great.
All of it. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it only lasted a couple years anyhow.
Yeah, here we go. Demo 2004, albums both 2005, and the split 2006, and that's it.
So what was Life Lover supposed to be? Was Life Lover supposed to be like a modern take on, like, or like, kind of depressing? What would you even call that? Like postmodern music or some shit like that? That's what it always seemed like to me.
I don't know. I don't
Like
really know
sort
what
of-
Life was
sort
supposed to be
of
exactly.
sort of in the present. Kind of like that Solefeld album, the one with the chick on it, or like maybe some shit from Over. That
One of the
sort
guys-
looking forward idea maybe.
One of the guys in Life Lover was in Hypothermia, right?
I have no idea.
Hypothermia is good.
Yeah, Cold is a really good album.
Yeah, that's on that playlist, Dan.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
don't-
get to Hypothermia. I listened to them a long time ago too. It's been such a long time though.
No, actually the album Veins.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't even
Vain.
remember this Life Lover album cover, the one with the city on it.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking of the one with the dead girl. Pulver is what I was thinking of.
Hmm.
I remember that. I think I listened to that a little bit. Because I think this is the band that like people always equate to DSBM. That's like
Bad.
bad, right? This is
Yeah.
like the bad band.
Yeah, I
But
thought
you're
they.
saying they weren't actually bad.
No, I liked them. Didn't Jub or didn't you mention a joke that someone said in the comments?
Yeah, somebody
Life
said
Lover?
when's the DSBM episode? When's the Life Lover episode? And I think he called him a retard or something.
No, he's like, oh, when they get good,
When they get good.
we'll cover them.
Yeah, maybe. Well, because it says they're kind of a rock band, and it even says too Hypothermia is a little bit of a rock band too. Maybe later in their career, I'm not even sure.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, that's the
is
thing. Like, they never struck me
bordering,
as just
like-
straight up DSBM, right? There's a lot more going on in there.
Yeah, like borders like goth music too.
And like
like Suicide
regular
rock.
kind of alternative rock, right? Like sort of getting into the suicide rock, exactly. Like him, or like the 69 Eyes or something like that.
Love metal.
But yeah, what did I get to here? With what's that?
Oh, I said love metal.
What'd you say? Love
Lo-
metal. Yeah, Veil seems a little bit
Love
more
metal.
like
Him.
it's super atmospheric. It doesn't really give me because there's sort of tropes that DSBM sort of follows. It has like a certain type of exaggerated vocal to it, and Veil has that, but not really. It's not really like
It's not in the-
overblown or
it's
over
not in the
top or anything
forefront.
like
I think
that.
they-
Everything seems. No, everything like the production of Veil, the Dolor one, the fucking everything about the production seems like super where it needs to be, and I assume that's a fucking drum machine too, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
It just
must be,
says
yeah.
that the guy is
Yeah, there's the
Fred, pull out your copy.
instruments. I have it here.
Yeah, but some of the fucking some of the more tropey ones that I can remember. I remember Nyctalgia. That's actually a lot better than I expected it to be. I don't think I'd ever heard this album before. You sent me
Yeah,
the
self-titled.
first one. I think the only Nyctalgia I'd ever heard was the one with the dude. He has a gun in his mouth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the only one I ever heard. But yeah, the first Nyctalgia is a little bit more straightforward. Like, that one actually sounds old school in a weird way. I like that one. It's cool.
Yeah, there's like two
And then I
sides
did hear
to.
that Bethlehem for the first time.
Yeah, there's like two sides to
Yeah.
DSBM where it's like really cut and clean, almost like raw black, where it's like kind of gritted out, but just like so polished and almost like a easy listening experience.
Yeah.
Like bands like Die Light, that shit's
Yeah,
fucking
I
so
remember
good.
Thy Light. They kind of yeah, they almost have like a shoegaze thing going on too, don't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think even Terminus says that like it's like DSBM was like the like walked so post metal or post black metal can run pretty much with like all
What would
that
even
sort
be
of
considered post black metal then?
like Wilderness King and Liturgy and shit like that.
I
Um,
remember Liturgy. I didn't. I thought they were kind of. I don't know. Liturgy kind of struck me as just like lame, as a
yeah,
lame band back in the day. Wilderness King. I don't even know what that is.
yeah, that was like one band I liked. That was like post black metal, but
Was Panopticon part of that too? Because I remember them. I
I
didn't really
guess
like
so.
that either. Did you like
Aren't they like?
Panopticon, Fred?
The like the
No, I never really got into
bluegrass
them.
one.
Are they more like Cascadian sort of shit?
I think that's probably more appropriate.
Isn't Cascadian black metal kind of almost the same thing as post black? No,
Maybe.
like Wolves in the Throne Room. Isn't
Mm.
that considered?
Yeah,
Because
that's
that's
kind of
like
like
the
post.
Cascadian black metal
That's like
band, right?
kind of like post. Yeah, post black
Yeah,
ish. Yeah.
isn't it almost the exact like what the fuck does that even mean? Cascadian black metal. Is that just Bulls in the Throne Room sound? Is that what that means?
I think it was originally um, like based off of Weakling,
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah, I forgot they were like
Cascadian was
important
like
one.
the western part of the U.S. I think, right?
Oh, just regional. Yeah, but I was saying, yeah, the two sides. So it's like the really squeaky clean, polished, almost like Dan said, kind of tropey. Um, DSBM like Die Light and
Silencer was probably a big one too.
well, I would say that's more on like the other side where it's a little bit more manic, like Malvery and
Oh, like the Bethlehem side.
Oh,
yeah, Bethlehem.
Malvery, Spreck is
Yeah,
so sexy.
so did Bethlehem then kind of coin like the other side where so one side of the DSBM thing is like post rockish, and then
Yeah.
the other side is like the manic kind of death almost death metal version of that, right?
Well, I think the thing that kind of coined both sides was Burzum. Like you could just hear like there's a band Wingrid too. I think the album it's like Hofnugstad.
Yeah.
That one's like very like Burzum worshipy. And then there's like Toad Skull, another
I heard
German
that one.
band.
That one's cool.
Yeah, like that
Toad
one.
Skull.
Those are like very influenced by Burzum, and I think another early band too was like Strid
Yeah,
for
definitely.
that, and I think all those kind of bands kind of paved the way for like the more manic sounding DSBM, which is what I really enjoy. But I do make time for the really polished post rocky stuff,
Yeah, the other side.
like I listen to Happy Days again. The Happiness
Uh
Stops
huh.
Here, dude. The fucking album like all the way through is so good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
that was another one I remember that people really didn't like either. There was like Life Lover and there was Happy Days.
yeah, because I think it was just a bit more. I don't know. People, I guess like in a like pathetic way, it was like very. I don't know. You could like laugh at it, but
Yeah. Plus, it's the name of the show with Henry Winkler, where he
yeah,
goes, "Hey," or no, where he fucking hits the jukebox.
yeah,
Hey,
These happy days are yours and mine. These happy days.
yeah. So like, I think there's just the two sides of it. And I think Vale is on the more post rockish side,
Oh yeah, definitely.
but they have
yeah.
like the old school like Burzum uh like spirit behind it, which is
Yeah,
really
it
interesting.
totally has like a pure black metal
Like
spirit. That's
I
Yeah.
think the
it's
first
weird.
song is like the most post rockish it gets because it has like that lead over it like the whole time. But then the rest of the album kind of is just lending itself more to be more atmospheric, and there wasn't really much dynamic in the album, but it was just like, all right, you're in a place and you're just gonna sit there, and
Yep.
it's great. And
Don't move.
the funny thing about this album, I was gonna say, I was like, all right, picking a song, it's like, all right, just uh, pick out a riff that you like, and that's pretty much one whole song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
They
there's
definitely go the Burzum route of repetition in their riffs.
yeah, and
Burzum
obviously
was
the
a
cover
bit
too.
more. Yeah. Burzum was a bit more. Burzum, as they repeated, or he repeated his riffs, there were minute variations
Yeah,
as
there's
you
a
went
bit more
along.
dynamic
Yeah.
there, but in here it's like so uh I don't want to say like stale, but
It's like
more
it's like cut and paste production wise.
yeah, it's just like gridded out
I feel
like
like that's okay in certain black metal
that's what
things.
I'm
Like
saying like
a project like this, it works for me.
yeah, like I think all the ones that I mentioned that were a bit more on the post rocky side, like those I have a time they all have a time and place, and it's good when it's, you know, in the mood for it. And I think the more like manic side of DSBM is like good anytime pretty much because it's just like batshit crazy black metal.
Mhm.
Bethlehem, Silencer, Malvery.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I'd be interested if there are any other bands that have that sound. It's like those are the
dude,
three.
have you got to Icon Scotten?
Iconscotten?
Yeah, the Black Lament Symphony.
No, I
Fucking
haven't.
insane.
Really? Okay.
But
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
it's like melodic death metal leads over like DSBM, but it's like I don't know. I think it's funny that like coming from a drummer perspective of like listening to this shit, it's like you would think that I would prefer or not even like shit with drum machines, but like a lot of my favorite stuff that I've been finding has been just with drum machines, like this and Horde of Worms, fucking you know, Reek and um, you know, a couple other bands. They're all like a drum machined out, and I think that's just another band to end on that list. Icon Scotten. It's on
Mm.
that list, so yeah, listen to that. I'm probably gonna pick up a CD of that really soon because I really like that shit.
I just remembered a band that I believe you liked back in the day. They were called Lamplost. Do you remember that post black
Oh, I
metal?
remember them. Wow,
I
that
just
goes
looked
way
up the
back.
Metal Archives
Yeah, yeah.
picture. It's a fucking guy with a pink umbrella.
Oh no.
What?
Right.
Yeah, I think that was
Landlust.
when I was like getting into all that Cascadian shit.
Is this kind of because I remember this being sort of part of that DSBM sphere ish kind of thing.
I think so.
Interesting. Okay, it looks like you went in a weird route after
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
like
say.
2013.
Yeah, I think I only like the album from
The first
08.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one that looks like it would be DSB. It kind of, you know what it looks like? It looks like a dark manga cover or something, doesn't it?
No, yeah, a bit.
Yeah, I could see that.
I wonder if this is any good. I don't know why. Or yeah, as we're talking about this, remind me of Lantlos. There was some other band that, now that I'm thinking about it, that was kind of crazy. I forget what they were called, but it had something to do with that, that like tale. It's not even a tale. Apparently, it's like a real event in like Spain or Italy, where some lady kept seeing faces in her house, like on the cement, and they would
Oh,
like break up
Belmez?
the cement. What is it called?
Belmez. The-
Belmez. Yeah,
Yeah, was it?
there was a band like that. I think they were called Belmez. You know that band?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was. That was kind of that was a little bit like kind of wild, like Bethlehem, was
What,
it?
the
If I'm
album
remembering.
Berserker?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, check that out. It looks cool. It's on Napalm Records too, so.
Yeah. I have this one. It's a really good album.
Berserker.
Yeah.
Yeah, check that out.
Solid
Because I
band.
remember hearing this. I remember it being like wild, weird, black metal stuff. It says
Mhm.
weird, chaotic, and gluey with hilarious lyrics. Original and excellent piece of dark music. Yeah, check that out. It's a dark metal thing basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think yeah, to make my point a little bit more I guess stronger, it's like it seems like a lot of those more manic bands are like actually down to like kill themselves versus like all right, let's just make some pretty
They're
music.
actually down with it, yo.
Yeah. But I'm sure there's some other bands that
That Malvery album has funny vocals. It almost has like retard vocals.
don't speak ill of the dead, bro.
I'm not. I'm
not.
saying. I'm not. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah, that's like Bethlehem influence, and I think on that third Bethlehem album, it's what's that band? Starts with a D, DSBM band.
On what label?
No, they're on the third Bethlehem album. The vocalist from there starts with a D. They're also sort of in that vein too. I'm trying to remember.
Vocals?
Not Deinonychus, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Deinonychus?
Who?
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Who the fuck is Deinonychus?
They are Dutch.
Yeah, I kind of looped them in there too.
Kind
you-
of. I mean,
how do
the
you-
first one is like just straight up black metal.
I think more vocal performance wise.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a very like shrieky vocal approach.
Yeah,
But they did go like Black Doom as they went on, but the demo and Silence of December are, I think, just straight up black metal
yeah.
with
I
that
don't know
frantic
if this
vocal
one,
approach.
I don't know if this one looks familiar to me or not. I'll check it out. Do a screenshot for now.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to make that point because it's like it seems like two-sided. Where I don't know if people are like, because I think even people, it's like such a controversial album, Silencer. I don't know if it is so much anymore, or more of like more memed out than anything. But yeah, I think people don't really give DSBM its time that it deserves and respect, because it's actually like some really really good shit in there.
Yeah, there really is. Even if it's not something I revisit terribly often these days, like even like the most well-known ones like Hypothermia and Disaster, there's some fantastic stuff in there.
Yeah, Total Self-Hatred, Abyssic Hate, so good.
Yeah.
I'm in a coffin.
And I know you mentioned Veins for Cold, but for me,
For Hypothermia.
But for me, Cold is where it's at. That album is incredible. I
Yeah.
love that album. It's so
Paul-
hypnotic the whole way through.
Paul, do you see I'm in a Coffin as kind of a mix of the two, like the
Me-
Bethlehem side and the like kind of Happy Days ish side? 'Cause I
Yeah.
sort of do.
Yeah, because wasn't that the guy from Trifane?
Yeah, same dude.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's like the ugly shit. But yeah, Forgotten Tomb, Forgotten Woods, Make a Change, Kill Yourself, all those bands, great.
Nocturnal Depression, where he's got like two fingers on his hand.
I just remembered the band Cheerful Depression, too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's
What-
a little bit more on the post side.
Yeah, I remember that, but I remember they had a song I really liked.
Yeah,
I cannot remember what it was though. Was it Sleep? It might have been. Oh, it was this song. It was called Suicide, The Happy End.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that song. Okay, cool. Yeah, I totally forgot about Cheerful Depression. Nice bring up.
Yeah. Don't go crying yet, man. Blowing your nose.
I know. You hear me blowing my nose?
It's just so emotional.
But
That almost sounded like a sample.
But I guess back to Veil.
Yeah.
I'll say my two problems with this album.
Okay.
First off,
Yeah. No
cover.
problem. The
I
cover?
like the cover. I like the
No,
cover.
the cover's good, but I'm like, I don't need the cover.
Wait, which cover though?
Oh,
the demo,
I
the
thought you
demo
meant the
cover?
art.
No, the
Oh.
Burzum cover.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No.
I've
never need a
talked
cover.
about covers before.
And-
don't really like them. I
And the
don't like covers.
and the reprise. Like what is that
I
for?
don't
You're
even
just gonna
remember
Oh, see, I like that.
you're just gonna play the same riff over?
Yeah,
No.
I like that. I thought it was a good way to bring the album full circle and to close it out.
No,
I like that.
they close it out with that other song. What was it called?
That the one you're talking about was a bonus song. That's
Yeah.
not on the original demo.
Okay.
Boner song.
Well, I listened to the Boner song and it was great.
Yeah, the bonus song is awesome.
So
But-
that's like I guess if I would listen in the context of like, okay, it's gonna loop around with that same thing, it would have been good. But it kind of just felt like it was in the way with that bonus song. At the end, that was like the actual dynamic song in the album.
Yeah,
Because
I think that song was recorded later. That might be.
oh, okay.
There's
I
not a
honestly don't
whole
even
lot of.
recall the reprise, but yeah, when it comes to the cover, skip it. We don't need it.
Yeah, it comes immediately after the cover, and it just like
Yeah,
does that same like post black lead
I
over
just
it.
think that
And I'm like,
covers waste an album. They waste time, and they kind of bring you out of it. It's like,
no,
oh,
but
I was in this place,
but
and
it's like
now I'm in a
Yep.
cover.
it's like a weird thing though. It's like because this is produced so well that it kind of gives like the feeling of an album, but it's a demo, so I'm like, all right, kind of gets a pass. Like, yeah, sure, you can throw a cover on a demo, but it's the rest of the songs are just like so um, in one space, and then to throw that in there
No,
kind of
Takes
takes
you
me
out
out
of
of
it.
it.
I
Yeah,
am
it
with you
totally takes
there.
you out of it.
Like
Don't
we
like
all
that.
know that fucking covers in the middle of any kind of recording is not my thing. That said, it's a great cover.
No, it
That
is.
I think they nail it. But I would I'm fine. Like when I'm listening to this, I usually skip it.
Yeah, when I was listening to it the past like two times, I skipped the cover and the reprise and got to the bonus song.
Oh no, I love the reprise. I think it's great to have that in there.
I don't know, man. I was like, what is the difference here? It's just a little shorter.
After
No,
saying all
I
that, I
just like how
am
it just
super interested in the
brings it full circle.
Morning Soul cover by Auntie, though.
Yeah, that's just like an interesting cover.
Yeah, if you're gonna do a cover, make it interesting. That's what I feel.
Yeah, but I mean, Dan, what do you think of this album or this demo?
It is a bit samey, but I basically like like all of it. I think the only parts that I'm not, I've talked about this before too, that I don't love black metal that does the single picking thing, that ding dong ding 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 ding
Yeah,
ding. Like I really kind of
that's a
don't.
lot of DSBM.
I know. Like I kind of don't love that. That's I don't know what it is. I just don't really like that riffing style. I never did. Um, Besides that, I think the atmosphere on here is really interesting. It has like it kind of reminds me of like Nargaroth, some of their later stuff from that like
Mm.
album where the seasons are changing. I can't remember what the fuck it was called, but there's like
So
totally moments like
Yarazaitin or
that
something.
there. Yeah, some shit like that. Zuckerzite or whatever. Yeah, because that had weird like emotional parts in it too. Like not even sad, but like these weird uplifting kind of melodies. And you know what else this reminded me of too? I for sure that final song. Um, Fred, I don't know if we brought this band up or if anybody even knows what this is. Do you know what Hun is? The band Hun?
Hun's great.
How do you spell it?
HUN.
HUN.
No, I don't think so.
Hey Hun. Yeah, check out Hun.
Yeah,
They have
wandering the
one
fields
demo.
of Europa.
Yeah, Wandering the Fields of Europa. Paul, was that a U find? I think it was a U
Yeah,
find. Hmm. Yeah, back in high school during the prime downloading torrents days. Um, yeah, that one has a really interesting feel to it too. It's kind of got the Dark Throne like formula to it, where it's just well, so does this kind of where it's just like 1 2 1 2 whatever, like kind of back and forth with the riffs.
Oh, these guys became Held Todd. I remember this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's so unique. Like it almost feels like it's the most basic black metal. Where it has like the emotional, like most of it is just emotional riffs, and like they're simplistic. But I feel like
that's awesome.
there's actually not as many bands that do this style as well as
Right?
like
Because
Han.
it's like almost like a slowed down version of like the Franco Finnish style. Like obviously there's mutilation a thing
It's
for a lot of that, but
it's more of like it's more of a subtle version of the Franco Finnish stuff. Like the Franco Finnish stuff is like mostly going all out, and
yeah,
it's like kind of in your face. Like this is what you're supposed to feel. Here's the riff. Here's the big riff. Here's a giant riff. With Hun and like Veil and like Dark Throne and I'm kind of struggling to like the later Nargroth stuff, that one album from Nargroth. I feel like it's much more subtle, and it kind of it gives your mind more freedom to like interpret what's going on with the music, and I like, I just straight up like riffs like that.
Man, that sucks. I can't even find it on YouTube. It's just like the Who, the fucking Mongolian band, and then
Oh, is Hun not on YouTube?
no, and then
I think I have it downloaded in my iTunes. I'll just upload it to the channel.
yeah, upload it because that's
Yeah, I will.
and I need to hear it again. It's on my iPod, but
Are you? It's you have it on the iPod?
yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, when I look it up, it's like Attila Hun, and then the Who.
Yeah, like can you guys figure out any other bands that sound like that? I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch. Like it's a pretty like straightforward black metal thing, but I feel like so many bands kind of fail. Like they just don't do it. A lot of bands will kind of switch it up with like, I know I said Dark Throne, but not like Transylvanian Hunger. Maybe like Under a Funeral Moon or something, where like they kind of they add these destruction riffs and these like simple because even Burzum kind of doesn't do exactly what these. I feel like it's a more simplified version of what Burzum did. I don't know if this makes sense, but like Veil, bands like Veil are more. It's like Burzum simplified and kind of taking the atmosphere in a more futuristic direction. Like, what did this 2004? It makes sense that this comes out during that time. Like things in the 90s didn't really sound like this, you know.
Yeah,
Like they're either dumber in a dumb way, or they're too they're too all over the place with like the
they're like
sophistication.
more maximalist versus like
Yeah,
just being
yeah.
minimalist.
Exactly. Like it's either one or the other. But I feel like the stuff that comes out in this era, like Hun, like the Nargroth and Veil, these kind of take it into a really interesting place that's kind of the perfect black metal mode. What's weird too? There's like one Branicold album that sort of does this. It's the one with the Viking ship on. It's called like Kaveleduv or something.
Yeah.
Like yeah, Branicold kind of does it sometimes, but when Branicold isn't doing the Viking thing, and they aren't doing the totally confusing riff thing, and they have like just kind of beautiful riffs scattered throughout there. Though those are like some of the best moments that I really like from Branicold.
Yeah,
You know, and certain other bands like that. I'm sure there's like other things you can find, but it's a really good sound. I just like that sound that they have here.
yeah, it's distilled to its like essence, and it's like so.
Yeah,
It's yeah, it
it's
just
like
hits everything.
It's the purest form of black metal, I think. You know, even with the parts that I don't like, or that I'm not crazy about, the ding 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 ding, the parts in between there. You know what kind of riffs I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like that is some of the purest black metal. Oh, you know who else is kind of like this, but it's a little bit more on the Finnish sound, that Nat Fog band. Who I've
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about
yeah.
before. But their first demo, check that out, dude. It's a really good. That one's a little bit more in your face, but yeah, it's something similar.
yeah, I can see
It's
that.
kind of like a more simplified version of Blazebirth Hall, as weird as that might sound.
Yeah, I could see that.
But did you guys want to get into a song from Veil?
Yeah, let's do it.
I picked number 2, Dirge, and yeah, we'll just be right back. Alright, we're back,
Just
guys.
so emotional. That sucked.
Just give me a minute.
Skibbity toilets.
No, yeah, it just gets right to the point. I love the fade in from the first track into that riff, and it just immediately starts at this like such a high point, and you think it would just plateau since it's like just playing this one riff all the way through, but it seems to be ascending in a way, and I think the drums with like the one kick, and then after like 8 counts, it does a double kick of it. It just gives it just enough dynamic for it to like feel like it's moving on. You know, you're not just watching paint dry or I don't know.
You really don't need that Burzum cover to get the influence of Burzum figured
Yeah,
out.
the vocals, yeah.
Oh, the vocals, yeah. Like, pretty
We got it.
obvious, but
No, but great track. This is probably my favorite on the demo. I think the guitar tone is the forefront of this, and having the riff behind it is just the perfect duo. It's like, yeah, I can listen to a song for like 8 minutes when it's just one riff, or even longer. If it sounds like this, especially on a demo, it's like, damn, it's such perfect production, perfect mix for this, and it just feels that like essence of black metal, down to the core.
out of curiosity, did you get a chance to check out their album?
No, I
Somber?
didn't. I didn't get to. I was
Okay.
listening to 20 other fucking DSBM albums this week.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fantastic too. If you like the demo, you'll like the album.
And then this
It's,
reprise hoodwinking, right?
Not to my recollection.
Alright. It's good by me then.
No, the album is a bit more clean. Like the guitars kind of drip a bit on this demo. Like they're a bit more reverb, I guess.
Yeah.
On the album, it's a bit more clean. They don't linger as much.
Hmm.
There are a bit more keyboards, like they're subtle in the background.
Hmm.
But also magical, fantastic. I'd still pick Dolor over Somber, but yeah, no, worth checking out. This track is awesome. Not my favorite on the album. That actually goes to the third track, which was my pick. I Follow, but there's no bad track on this. Again, even the Burzum cover that I don't really want breaking the flow of it is still a very good cover.
Yeah. I say again, like, oh, just pick your favorite riff, and there's a song you'll choose. It's like, out of the 4 riffs that they have that are different and original, there's not a hard choice. It could be any of them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But the thing is, like, it's the riffs they do pick are good, and they drive the point home, and I enjoy listening to them for the duration of the song. Like it does drag it out to a long, repetitive song, but it doesn't overstay its welcome as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, like that midpoint where it just kind of like just broke up.
It just kind of breaks, yeah.
Yeah, like that was just fucking awesome. Where
It just like emphasizes the riff, anyways.
yeah, it's just like 2 repetitions of like that break, and I'm like, all right, here we go again. It hits just as hard, but still feels like it's elevating. Yeah, just
I really
giving
like
that
that.
context to go back into that riff is good simple, trick songwriting trick. To get more like time with the riff. It's great. What do you think of it, Dan?
Yeah, I was trying to think of more of these, anything that kind of sounds like this. I thought I found something, but it doesn't quite sound exactly like this. You guys remember the band Odal?
Yes.
Odal?
Yes.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys even remember the Trader EP from 2001. Remember that? I don't know if anybody's ever heard that.
I know the one you're talking about. I couldn't tell you any songs off of it, but
Guys,
I know.
Do yourselves
Generally
a favor,
speaking.
save that now to listen to and listen to it. I heard just while you were talking, I heard like 10 seconds of it, and it's pretty great. It's there's I was kind of right. There are parts that have there's parts like Veil and like Hun and shit, but there's also like straight up parts like our favorite Aryan Blood song in it. So I think it's something everybody will really enjoy. Yeah, as far as Dirge goes, uh, yeah, I like how they have those what would you even call those? Like, what the hell would you even call those things? Like the little interludes between riffs that sort of it keeps the momentum, but everything else stops, and then it sort of brings itself back into the riff. I like
Yeah.
those. Yeah, those are
Yeah,
real nice.
it's like a
Just
bridge or something.
Just call them breaks, I guess.
It's
I don't know.
it's
That's
no,
not the
there's a
musical
word.
term, I'm sure, but it's how I kind of view
There's a
them.
word for it that I use too. I can't think of the word. What like interstitial parts, like
Yeah.
interstitial riffs, like unimportant riffs that aren't the main riff, but like they help propel the song,
Yeah.
or at
Good.
least keep it rolling a little bit. Because I feel like there's not much there's not really much to expect from stuff like this. I feel like the only thing you should expect is like just to keep on rolling and to keep to like elevate the atmosphere at least to like make it kind of bring the dopamine levels up a little bit. Your brain you should feel shivers in your brain or like what's that stupid thing people say makes the hair on the back my hair on the back of my neck stand up, something like that. It's supposed to give you that that sort of like elevated atmosphere.
I'll definitely say if you're showing this to someone and you're like, all right, here's a break, and then it's like, all right, it comes back. It's like not really impactful to show in front of like a
No,
group, but like isolated listening, like we've been doing.
yeah.
It
The
it
only
hits so hard.
the only time you're gonna get anything it can't be a group setting. It would have to be like a one-on-one beer drinking, kind of what me and Drew do sometimes, where it's like we're really focusing here. We're focusing in on the music, or like we'll do that sometimes. It's like sit and be like, all right, and you look at each other, you go, all right, that was cool. It has to be a one-on-one thing, or at least if there's gonna be three people, it's got to be like three people who get it.
Yeah,
You can't be in an antsy mood for stuff like this. You really have to kind of just let it flow a little bit without too much expectation. Don't expect too much.
yeah,
Don't really expect anything. Just kind of let it let it be and appreciate
yeah.
appreciate this black metal for being just kind of
Just what it is.
Let it absorb you.
right. This has nothing to do with your mind. This is not well, I was reading something about the Dark Throne album, the Transylvanian
was
Hunger
reading?
one. Yeah, I was reading. Well, it was just on the back of the Transylvanian Hunger CD, I think. It said this album is beyond criticism, and if you do criticize it, this is obvious Jewish behavior. And what is that from like 1993 or something? They're ahead of the curve with their with the Jew talk here. They didn't even have the internet to let them know. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I feel like the Veil one is kind of in the same vein. There's like no reason to criticize. I mean, we criticize a little bit, but for a song like that and for like riffs like these where it's there's not too much dynamic, I kind of get it. It is kind of beyond criticism.
Yeah, it's like either you like it or you don't.
These songs are dang near perfect, pretty
Yeah.
much, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, either into the shit or you're not.
Yeah, like it or
Yeah.
don't. black metal. I mean, there's lots of different styles here. I feel like this is just one of the most condensed styles, and that's why I find it weird to even call it DSBM because it's not really on either side of the, what we were talking about before. It's not on the Bethlehem side. It's not on that post rock side. It's 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 taking from Burzum. It's taking from Dark Throne, but I mean, there's like a reason that those bands can be replicated because there's a release like this can come out of that where those bands kind of just don't have the same atmosphere. It's like a totally different thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah.
this isn't even really a creepy atmosphere. It's kind of just that. It's almost like an ambient feeling to it. You know,
It's very funerary and mournful.
sort of. But I wouldn't call it like black creepy metal or Transylvania. It's just kind
Yeah,
of
it's
the
super
name fits it perfectly. Veil, perfect.
super.
That's why like I get kind of a Victorian vibe out of it because the Victorian era isn't particularly creepy, but it was obsessed with death and mourning and just general melancholy, and that's almost exclusively the vibes I get from this album.
Yeah,
Not like
perfect. Perfect audible version of that feeling.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really
Sunk it.
introspective sound.
Yeah.
Let's get into your track. I'll
Wait,
follow. I'll follow you.
totally off topic, but they're kind of depressive too. You guys hear that Third and the Mortal reformed with the original lineup, and they're performing live.
Mm-mm.
No.
They're performing stuff from Sorrow, and Tears Laden Earth, and my God, I hope that comes to Canada.
I remember Tears Laid in Earth. Which one's Sorrow? I don't think I ever heard Sorrow actually.
It's the EP that came right before it.
Yeah, I
It's
never heard that.
Also really good.
Yeah, I think I've only heard the first album.
Well, it's really cool.
I never figured out that fucking band that I was talking to you guys about that sounded like fucking Imperium. Far over? Is that what they were called? God, I wish I could figure them out. Fucking, I think I messaged James, but he never even saw my message. Yeah, 9 hours
What's up with
ago.
that, dude?
Damn it. What's up with that, dude? Give Fred's post a like.
Nice.
While I'm on Instagram.
Yeah, I was like on it, and I was like, "Hey, this guy posted while we were recording. What the hell?"
Hey,
But
Multitasking.
let's get into your song, Fred.
Yeah,
I'll follow
I follow.
you, and
I follow you.
we'll be right back.
the
getting
drum
into
beats.
the next track there.
All right,
Yep.
we're back.
Yeah, that's my favorite track from that demo. I love
It's
that.
a nice track.
Yeah, I love the opening bit. Dan gave a perfect comparison of it sounds like it's raining. Um, there's a bit more dynamism, I guess, a bit more variety in this track than on Dirge, um, which I guess makes sense. 'Cause I think it's longer too, right? But I love the way it pulls back the original riff at the end. Uh, just beautiful, awesome track, very hypnotic, very depressive, I guess, very mournful.
Yeah, those two notes in that main riff towards the end of it. Dun dun. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
just so good. I know it has the string, the single string, I guess, chord in there that Dan don't like, but it kind of hits there.
No,
well,
it works. It works. It
yeah,
works better in this than a lot of other black metal. I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of bands. Not that this is like necessarily a bad thing, but a lot of bands just have riffs that are like stock black metal riffs. And with this, you can kind of say that too, but I really like the way that they're like stripped down so much. I feel like it just works way better, kind of putting riffs like these together. It's just way more cohesive, and it works better as like a singular piece of art.
mm,
Yeah, but you were saying that because you have the CD, right?
yeah. CD of this and the album.
So this is, we haven't even mentioned that this is NS DSBM.
It is.
So yeah, because I think most people know this band as like the the DSBM band on Satanic Skinhead Propaganda, because I know we talked about that like briefly um last episode.
Were they on Satanic
That's a
Skinhead?
yeah. There was like that was like the one band that was on that label of this style.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's how I know them. Yeah, but you were, I forget what you said that
Oh, the
the
compilation.
C
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, I forgot what you said about the back of the CD, that they were, what did he say? He's like going for a continuation there was like two composers or something, right? This is
Yeah,
supposed to
no,
be
he
like a
was.
very serious piece of art.
Yeah. It basically says the lasting contributions of composers such as Beethoven, Wagner, Tchaikovsky, Schubert, etc. And with Veil, I intend to continue this great tradition of expressionism through music.
This is a
So,
very serious white man from Minnesota.
yes, um,
Interesting.
this is music on the level of Tchaikovsky.
That's interesting.
It's certainly a claim.
It's a claim. It's a statement, whether you agree with this or not. Well, I mean, you see people in the comments of not this particular video, but a lot of people are like, "This is a dang old masterpiece, man."
But I ain't far off from it.
But I
Insofar
mean,
as DSBM is concerned, I think it is a masterpiece. It's at the top for me.
it's very different. I feel like. I mean, it's definitely the most ambitious in its own right. It, it's not really trying for to like be impressive. It's trying for, I don't know, just just pure art. Maybe it's kind of hard to describe.
It's existing for its own sake.
Yeah, I suppose so. I did like that sort of. I don't even know. That's it's kind of like a stock black metal thing too. That ding deedle deedle 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 ding. Well, I think hipster black metal was in the comments too, saying that how simplistic it was, but somehow these riffs, they just do drive. Whether or not it's complex or it isn't, which it isn't. It's pretty simplistic, but yeah, yeah, maybe that's like part of its strength too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure is.
My arm hurts.
Which one was your pig, Dan? Was it the bonus track?
Which one's the bonus track?
Endless Night.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be 3 tracks. Is this one song just like one riff?
Which one?
It's pretty close to it.
The last one, Endless Night.
No, there's a bunch of changes in there.
Are there?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember the main one just goes on for quite a while, from what I remember.
I think the opening riff takes up like a solid, close to half of the track.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I remember.
It's a good riff though.
Yeah, and then it kind of just changes, or like it just ends. I remember I was listening to this, and then it just ended out, and it put on some other DSBM album. Like, I listened to the same damn thing. Oh no way.
Are you guys ready for that one?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. right, we're back. Didn't think that night was gonna end,
Yeah.
Oh, jokes. I get jokes.
but great track,
Yeah.
But
great dynamics, great riffs.
It's crazy they chose to leave that off the original demo. It fits in perfectly.
Yeah, you said it was during the same recording session, right?
It was, yeah. And for
Wow.
whatever reason, they chose not to include it on the demo.
I wonder if it was
So
like a format kind of thing because they released it on a different version.
I I don't. I feel like it wasn't a format thing so much as maybe
Yeah,
the
because one was
pacing.
a
Because this
cassette
is
and then the other was the CD. So I don't know.
yeah, but I feel like it was intentionally left off because of the pacing of the track. It's a lot faster than the rest of the album. I
So
feel
was the
that might be
Burzum
why.
cover.
Yeah, but I mean of the original material.
Yeah.
there was a riff in here that sounded exactly like a riff on the Burzum cover.
Yeah,
I wonder why he did that twice. Maybe that's part of the genius.
Genius, genius, genius.
but I love that
Yeah,
they're able to keep that
but
opening riff going for as long as they do, and after they veer away from it, bring it back anyways, and it still works.
Yeah, that was. Besides the second track, I was gonna pick this one, um, due to the dynamics and just the riffs in the songs. They just work so well together, and the
Yeah,
way that it's structured and the context of what's before and after certain riffs are just like it all works perfectly.
it's so
Perfect
clean.
perfect songs.
your black metal better repeat, boy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the same riff for another 4 times. Yeah, great, great song. Glad we included it in our listening.
Yeah, no, I never had the cassette, only had the CD, so to me this has always been part of the whole anyways, so, but I can see how thematically it was a little different from the rest of the original material, and I think that might be why it was left off,
All right,
but
here you go. Back in time. I'm
um,
in this guy's ear. All right, go track 1, 2, 3. Put Endless Night 4, and then don't put the cover on, and then you can have the little reprise at the end if you want. And then there's your demo.
Yeah, that would have been better.
But no, this is still a good release on my first listens. I obviously listened to the whole thing, and the cover was pleasantly surprised by it, but it does get old when I listen back to it. Same with the reprise. But the first 3 tracks and that sixth one are all just they're I don't know. Are they perfect songs? I think they are.
Yeah, the main songs here are pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even notice the reprise the when I listened to this. It kind of I felt like it blended in nicely for me. I didn't even realize it was the reprise.
Mm. Yeah.
So that was fine.
Not for me.
I think it almost makes it feel like the first 4 tracks are a single song, and like a lot of the tracks on this, um, like the one we just listened to and I Follow, they open with a riff and then they usually go back to that same riff and close with it again. And having the that first track and then the reprise of it almost feels like they're bookending the album with that.
Yeah. And then the bonus track blows it out the water
Yeah, pretty much.
in its purpose.
But I do think the bonus track works better after the reprise, if it makes any sense. Almost like it makes the whole thing 2 different chapters with that Burzum cover kind of sticking out like a sore thumb, so we kind of ignore that. It's hard to, though, because the guitars fade into the drum beat,
Oh yeah.
which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, we almost got sucked in.
But they did appear on
Like a tribute album, right?
a Burzum tribute, and I'm going to call it off memory here, but I'm pretty sure Like it's the same song that they cover, but I'm pretty sure it's a different recording.
I think it says it's the different mix.
Different mix? Okay, yeah. 'Cause it definitely sounds different.
Mm. Yeah, you guys want to get into some final thoughts? It's hard to talk about perfection. Scoping into each song.
Oh my God, is this Paul's favorite pick of mine?
It's my favorite pick so far in the new year. From the audience view.
So I will say one thing. There are two compilations that they appeared on. Outside of that, I remember a few times being excited reading that they're on those. I haven't heard those tracks, but I have heard those tracks. They're from Somber, and I just don't know the track titles of Somber by memory. So, unfortunately, reading that compilation appearances on archives is
They
a
hoodwinked
little
you again.
misleading. It would be nice to hear more tracks from them, but the main guy behind it, who just went by S, doesn't seem to be involved in any band since a while now. Actually, I think Somber was the last thing he's done in a metal project. So
I didn't go back to Somber while this week when listening to this, but honestly, this demo makes me want to check that out. I saw some people saying that the demo's better, but I could go for more stuff that sounds like this, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I think I will be revisiting the album. I've heard it before. I just it's hard to retain certain things sometimes, but I feel like I'd enjoy it.
yeah, for sure. Like, I do think the demo's better, but it's not like not by a wide margin. The album is very, very respectable, and you know what? The ratings of Metal Archives sum it up pretty well. The demo gets 95%, Somber gets 94. That's fair. I prefer Dolor by about 1%. Sure, why not? It's not a huge difference between the two.
Hmm.
Well, I see the guy's got a Abyssic Hate patch on his vest. A lot of people say that's depressive black metal, but then a lot of people are saying that it's not quite. It's more just like regular black metal, I guess. I've heard a bit of Abyssic Hate, but yeah, I think I would probably agree with that. I don't know how DSBM it actually is.
It feels more like regular black metal with
Yeah.
depressive, suicidal themes, just not necessarily reflected in what we usually
Yeah,
associate with the term
I don't know that I
DSBM.
feel this. I don't know that I feel the same way about Veil either. It doesn't really hit me as one of these DSBM bands. It kind of, I don't know. Honestly, like if NSBM is a thing, this to me is more NS than it is DS. If that makes sense. Sound wise. You can say I'm wrong. That's just how I interpret this.
All right, Fred. Let's mold his mind.
Got Fred dying over there. Man.
Got him.
Got him.
Uh,
Yeah. So is the closest thing to this like Anti? Because they seem pretty similar.
I
yeah.
think so.
They do a lot of the same things.
Closest I can think of,
I think I
anyways.
gotta finish listening to the Anti album. I didn't check it out all the way to the damn Morning Soul cover.
It's a great
You know
cover.
who this,
It's so
you know
good.
who
Finish
you
your
know who
album,
has-
boy.
I know. Oh, shush. Yeah, how could you listen to Veil when you didn't finish your Anti? It's like the Pink Floyd thing, you know.
What are you doing?
Very good.
What are you doing?
What are you, Gabe? Oh, I didn't know Gabe was here. Not funny, Gabe. Not funny,
What are you
Gabe.
What are you doing?
We are not, by the way, listeners, we are not making fun of a disabled person named Gabe.
No.
It's not happening right now.
Nope. Not
We're
here.
laughing with them.
We're not. We're laughing with Gabe. You know who also has riffs sort of like this, but maybe more in your face. I always bring them up, and I think I brought them up on this episode too. Sarkrista. Does anybody like Sarkrista, or am I the only person in this podcast group that likes Sarkrista?
I don't know them very well enough to say how much. I
Well,
like
they're
them.
not. Apparently, they're like newer than, like you would expect. I thought they were from Finland. Apparently, they're not. They're from Germany. And the first thing they put out was an album in 2013. So maybe they kind of just went a little bit like past people's radar. Because I know the death metal guys mentioned them before too, and he's like one of the only people that I know that like mentions them. But I would say if you like this, check out that first Sarkrista album. It's a little bit more like, I guess, Sargeist-ish. But you know, if you like Sargeist, I feel like you like Veil too. Sorry, my throat's drying up. I need some Wawa. Sip.
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh, and we didn't even mention that the same guy from Veil. This is the same dude from Xenophobia. They were huge. They were huge in the torrent days.
Yeah, they were. Reclaiming
And that was-
Celtic Glory is a great EP.
That's a good one. But I remember the Vomit on the Rabbi was like the one that that was available for the longest time. If I remember correctly, that one was more like noisy, wasn't it? Not
Yeah, I
really.
think so.
Yeah. What year was
Yeah,
that?
Reclaiming had like dark medieval times kind of vibes.
I got more like Signir Volon vibes from Xenophobia, no?
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe I have to check out both Xenophobia and Satyricon again.
I'm thinking specifically the Reclaiming Celtic Glory EP. That one, I think.
Yeah. That I'm thinking the same one.
All right, guys. Put your vote in. Veil
Mm-hmm.
or Wotan Norden? Veil.
I think I guess I'll go with Veil, maybe. I know we talked shit on you guys molded my mind to talk shit on Wotan Norden that one time. But I still like that album. It's not perfect and it has its problems, but I still like it, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gabe.
you know, let me
I don't
let me
know,
think.
man. That
Let
actually
me.
might be a 50-50 for me. I really I don't know. They're
I
both,
I
they
need
both
I
do
need to
totally
I need
different
to
things.
I need to think about this and talk it out when it comes to Wotan Order versus Veil. Veil,
There you
hands
Fred-
down, not even close.
Fred, that was
And I do
oh,
like Wotan Order. That
Fred
first
actually
album.
got me there. You know that Fred got me. He zinged me when I kind of get angry. That has me like steaming a little bit. I'm like ripping my blanket apart, ripping the tag off.
go. Seems like
No,
you're
like
back to
I like
100%
Wotan Order,
now.
and Hands of Fate is a really cool album. I actually like that one more than the debut, but you know, I like Wotan Order, but I love Veil, and especially Dolor. It's not even close.
Yeah, Veil good.
Veil good, huh? Wotan Norden. What's better, this or Wotan Norden?
Wotan, no dog.
Wotan, no dude.
All
Nah,
right, we
that album's
covered
got
it.
its problems, but I still like it.
We covered a good in this one.
We got a good.
Mm. Got it. Got it. We got it, Paul. That's a wrap. Bye.
All right, guys. Should end it here.
Yeah, with
Start pouting.
All right, guys. Listen to Veil, and we'll see you next week.
Toodles.
It's a long road and the sorrow of love. Oh, oh, oh. It's a long road and the sorrow of love. Cheers me boy once more. Cheers once more to you slow. Where can we throw the ashes but the end of the path? A whirling goose river point.